Hello everybody and welcome back to the Minecraft 1.16 Let's Play series. In the last episode, what did we do in the last episode? I think the last episode was the Blaze Farm one, right? And in this episode, I did a little bit of enchanting between episodes. It's been a while since I recorded the last episode, but I'm pretty sure it's the Blaze Farm one because I've been spending a lot of time there. And as you can see, my armor, my diamond chestplate didn't change, but everything else is significantly more powerful than it was before. So now we've got Respiration 3, Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, and Aqua Affinity on the helmet. The Elytra has got Unbreaking 3. The leggings have Protection 4 and Unbreaking 3. And then the boots have Unbreaking 3, Protection 4, and Feather Falling 4. The bow has Unbreaking 3 and now Power 5 applied to it as well. I also applied Efficiency 4 and Unbreaking 3 to the hoe. Efficiency 3 and Fortune, Efficiency 4, I'm sorry, and Fortune 3 for some reason to the axe. And I made a sword with Sharpness 5, Unbreaking 3, Sweeping Edge 3, and Looting 1. That's eventually going to be Looting 3, but I think it's mostly for experience and not so much for the blaze rods themselves because I don't have any fireworks to go over there right now. But we have a lot of blaze rods, more than we could probably ever use to begin with. So I figured the next step for making a full, over-the-top set of enchanted gear is mending. My chestplate already has mending, but nothing else does. So what we're going to do today is we're going to collect ourselves some villagers. I just realized that I did not actually... Man, that's quick! I didn't actually bring my Looting 3 sword, so I probably should have, because I saw some creepers over in that direction, and I could use some more gunpowder, obviously, for more fireworks, so that's a little bit too bad on my part. I'm getting some wood because I want to make some boats in a moment here, and we're going to just walk a long time in that direction. I think it's about like 600 blocks to the village we found before, and if everything goes according to plan, yeah, I did some creeper hunting here before, can you tell? They should still be alive in there, and we should be able to take them over back through the portal into our base, in theory. We also have an abandoned ship here, which could potentially mean that the bamboo we still need to find in order to start farming it could be around here. So let's check that out first. I'm very lucky, by the way, that this village is really close to water because it's going to make transporting villages through boats a lot easier. But for right now, let's focus on this chest first, when I can open it. And it's got a buried treasure map, some books, some paper, some feathers I don't really care about. I guess we can take this one and eventually see if we want to do anything with it. I doubt it. He's just waiting for me. That's perfect. He's just waiting for me. You are going to go into that boat, my good friend. Go into the boat. And that's our first villager. It's just as easy as that. We're going to kidnap this dude. Getting him through the nether alive is going to be a little bit more difficult with the hoglins around. And now that I think about it, I don't have gold armor on me. So the piglins as well. But getting him back, seeing as how we can just go the long way through the water, most of the way, like literally until 5 or 6 blocks to the portal, that's going to make things significantly easier. Because if this was a village that was just on land, getting him back to the portal would be absolutely horrible. So I tried to do a thing, and the thing didn't work, and now my villager is escaping. So let's not have that happen again. That being said, now that my villager is up higher here just by merit of him walking over here, we can probably fairly easily make a bridge to get over to the portal's height level, which at the end of the day, actually, this might help me, funnily enough. Messing up might have helped me, at least for this villager. The next one is going to be a little bit more of an issue, but for right now, this actually seems kind of good for me. Yeah, we need 2. Luckily, we just need 2. We don't need any more than 2 because we'll be breeding more villagers. We don't need to bring over the entire village. But this is going to be difficult enough as it is because I need to get this dude through my nether tunnel alive. Which I don't exactly know how I'm going to do that yet. It seems like this does not work the way I wanted it to work, honestly. So what we're going to do is apparently we just need to set you free for a moment here. Boat, could you please break? Boat. And there goes my boat. Let's make a new boat before going into the nether. Just to be sure. Where's my villager? There's my villager. Okay, at least my villager is safe for the time being. I probably should be wearing something gold related, but you know what? There we go. That's something gold related. Let's throw away some items. That's gonna break very quickly, but shouldn't matter that much. I probably should have brought a piston. Let me build a thing around you so you don't die while I'm away, and let me go get a piston because I'm going to. You're not gonna attack my villager. You're going to join my villager. I'd really rather you didn't. You know that? Oh, that was a bad. That was a bad. I'm going to fix this, and I'll be back in a moment because this is going to take a while to. I'm just going to have to kill everything around because that zombie pigman is going to have to leave that boat, otherwise I can't get back into it. There's a lot of you around, isn't there? I died. I legitimately died. With all of that diamond armor on. That is somewhat impressive. I've got to hand it to myself. I did not expect that to actually be a thing that I could still do. Okay, so my inventory is still very messy, but at least now I have my sword with me, so I can take care of these hoglins around here. I really shouldn't have made my home in a Crimson Forest. I should have just made a home close to a Crimson Forest so that these goddamn things don't keep spawning in my home. Honestly, there's still time to relocate. Like, just go live on another roof. Which really isn't a bad idea, actually, because nothing will spawn there. Unless I make a platform for something to spawn. Maybe we'll do that soon. Relocate our base to the nether roof. Okay, so this is where things get slightly tedious. That being, we need to make ourselves a path upwards. So what we do is we place a piston, not down there. We place a piston, we place a lever next to it, and we go up this way slowly but surely. I'll show you one level elevation and I'll do the rest probably off screen because it's rather tedious to do. That being said, there's only 3 elevations to do to begin with. So you elevate it and you just repeat this process like about 1,000,000 times. So let's do that. Okay, so that is one of the challenges done. I just hope that these piglins won't attack my villager for whatever reason they would have to attack the villager. I don't think they will. The hoglins that might spawn around my house at the moment are going to be a little bit of a bigger issue. Piglin, if you could move out of the way, that would be grand, because this is not a very big tunnel, and I mean, you can come with me if you want to. I'm going to imprison your kind again as well. I freed some of your brethren when I destroyed my piglin trading farm. I'm going to make a more automated version of that soon as well, because I've been working on some designs for that. Very basic designs, not very high-tech designs at all. I thought my game had crashed. I just got stuck. So yeah, this is... can you see why I'm doing this off-screen? Because this is tedious, especially since there's no water. If there were ice here in the nether, actually, this would be a lot quicker. And eventually, I plan to make this entire tunnel out of ice. Preferably blue ice, if possible. But probably just packed ice anyway. But it's going to be a while from now. So I can see the end of the tunnel. I'm not going to bother you guys any longer with this. Unless there's any hoglins which attack me. Which probably there will be. If I get yeeted down, there's practically no way for me to get back up again. And I see some hoglins. I don't like it. They're going to attack me. I just know they're going to attack me. I don't like it. You can use the control thing that you use in a boat, even if you're on land, apparently. Can I open doors from the inside of the boat? I can. Let's go inside. I've got a villager inside my house. Oh my god, you are alive. Now we just need to do that again for another villager, and then we'll have the start of our villager farm. Okay, so there should be a villager in this house over here, which there is, but I don't have in hand, so let me be right back. Okay, it's as easy as just putting a boat down here somewhere. Don't put it on the path, if at all possible, though, because that's going to be annoying. Honestly, I'll take it. Just don't let your entire boat stay on 4 path blocks. Then you can make your way back to the water and redo the entire thing we just did. We'll have 2 villages. I don't think I've ever gotten villages this easily. Honestly, I think this is the easiest I've ever had villages transported. Because this village is so close to the water, and I just don't think I've ever had this that easy. I've had villages transported in a lot of different ways. I've made waterways, I've made walkways with beds, I've made minecart rails, which is a real bad idea to do. This is the easiest way to transport them, but usually it's really annoying to deal with the whole like boat thing and having to elevate yourself up and down through landscapes and stuff to get them back to where you need them to be. I'm just very lucky that the place my portal is and the place the village is, both very close to water and actually connected through that water as well. So I'm really happy about how easy this is for me. Okay, this creates a little bit of a tricky situation, but we can still solve this without too much trouble by doing that and then getting our boat on land. That's the way you're quote-unquote supposed to do it with this strategy, rather than just letting them wander onto land, which also a valid strategy, honestly. Just let them wander onto land and capture them in the same boat again a moment later. But that's by far, what I just did is by far an easier way to do it. I accidentally hit him with my sword. I didn't mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. This is not going to help me. And oh my god, my boat went into the nether. Well, he wandered up there anyway, so I guess we're going to do the same thing we did last time. And this time not use my sword to... villager, could you please just enter the boat? It's starting to be nighttime, there's going to be zombies out, and I do not want to lose you to a zombie. So I'd rather you just go into the nether, where there's a lot of zombies, but just not human zombies. So they don't really care about you. Apparently. That's really good to know. Zombified piglin don't care about villagers. Could have sworn that they have the same behavior as normal, at least zombie pigmen, before they became piglin. Damn it. Okay, let's try this again without losing the villager and hitting him with my sword. That works. I think I might have still hit him with my fist, but it's not going to be that big of a deal. Okay, he's running away from me. That's not great, and he's going to lower elevations, which again is not great. So if you could just jump up there real quickly. Honestly, you can go up there as well. If you want to go up to places, that's totally fine. Don't go down there. Please. You're making this more difficult than it needs to be. Please leave. Thank you. There's going to be another normal piglin up ahead, which... This tunnel is not very great at the moment. I don't know if piglins can spawn on ice, because if they can, that's not really going to help me out. And there we have it. 2 villages in the nether in my home. So what we're going to do now is there's 2 options, because I checked it and you can actually have villagers working and just living in the nether. They will restock, they will go to sleep, the beds will not explode when the villagers sleep in them, and it will just work. But I think we have quite a lot of things going in the nether as it is anyway, and I was kind of afraid that mushrooms would start growing around here. We'll see how that impacts rates for red mushrooms more so than brown mushrooms, it seems. I'll have to look into that. Maybe because they're probably growing on top, aren't they? I'll go check that right now, just so that we have that. Yeah, there's quite a lot of them growing on top. You'll probably want to place half slabs on top here, because that obviously is going to block spawning inside of the farm. So a lot of half slabs are going to be placed on top of here between this episode and the next one. So as I was saying, we already have quite a lot of things going on here in the nether, and we are also going to have the piglin trading farm, which eventually I'll make probably like right here. We'll have that in another as well. So I'm thinking we're going to want to have certain things in the overworld anyway, like a creeper farm or like just a general mob monster farm. Just farms, because we can't have water in the nether, and while it is possible to grow crops without any water, it's tedious and slow. And might as well just like do the animal farms in the overworld as well. So I think our villager farm is going to be our first overworld farm. The thing though is, I don't know if you've seen this side of my base recently. Hello, zombified baby hoglin. You okay, bye. It's not a particularly great place to be right now. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to build a little bit of a base here. I'm going to relocate this portal to down there. And actually let me just sleep so that the rain disappears as well. I'm going to relocate my portal to down there. Down here where I'm right now. I'm going to build a bit of a base around here. I'm going to make a place for the... Am I? I am. I'm going to make a place for the villager farm and breeding thing, which is going to be like one of the, I'd say quadrants, but it's probably going to be more than 4, of this overall side of the base. And I'm also going to, there's going to be a lot of things around this base as well. Everything overall related. A lot of the builds we're going to do from now on out are going to probably be on this side of the portal. Not to say that we're never going back to the Nether, because obviously we are. Our base is going to have two halves. One of which is no. Bad Zoglin. Bad Zoglin. Did he hurt you? Did he hurt you? He hurt you, didn't he? He's a mean little man. Okay, I've got something at the other side of the portal which I want to show all of you, and it's nothing very fancy, but I think it will be good enough to... You want to be a stonecutter dude, don't you? Because there's a stonecutter here. Or blast furnace, as a matter of fact. But I think that's a stonecutter dude. Anyway, I really hate the bow making your hands disappear glitch. It's not a good time for anybody. So we destroy that bow, send you over to the other side of the portal, and do the same with you. You're probably going to turn into a stone-cutting... I don't know what the proper name for it is, but you're probably going to turn into one as well. Oh no, you're actually the blacksmith, dude. Neither of you are actually going to be either of those. You're both going to be, probably both going to be librarians. It doesn't really matter too much, to be honest. So, my villagers are here now. Let's just block them off so they can't escape. When it comes time for them to sleep, they'll just go into their beds, and I'll close the gates behind them, and they'll be locked up. It'll just be that easy. So now we just wait for nighttime, which is probably going to take a while, because also this is what I ended up building. It's not very big. It's not very fancy. I'll do a little bit more work on it off screen, making some like stairs to make sure that everything looks all right and all that kind of stuff for the roofs. But I figured this is going to be at least the start of our villager sector. Let's call it a villager sector, where we have all of the villagers and potentially more. I don't know what else we would have in this direction. Then probably this direction is going to be like a main hallway with a lot of branching rooms off of it, I want to say. I don't know what those rooms are going to be quite yet, and I think this is going to be our manual farms. Like, I want to have a wheat farm here, and then a pumpkin farm here, and then a melon farm potentially, a sugarcane farm, a tree farm, one of each kind of tree is going to branch off in this direction, I think. That is what I envision right now. We might have some more stories to it as well, like add a second story to it. I don't know what I'd do there, but this is going to be a very interesting base, I want to say. And eventually, we might actually make it over all the way towards there, at which point we'll have to think about maybe we also want to go a little bit underwater and have like an aquarium room. But for that, we'll need to have a lot of sponges to clear out the water, and we'll need to do that ocean monument for that. But that's all in the future, and honestly, I don't even know if we're going to have this series last that long. So we'll just figure that out as the time comes to figure those things out. For right now, we're about halfway through the day, so let's just go ahead and wait for a moment. Yeah, so now they're both sleeping. We close the gates, and we actually don't have a bed for ourselves, but we've got planks to make beds, so that is a thing. and we sleep ourselves. They wake up and they're trapped. So now we're going to make... I'm gonna probably just make them into librarians both because I want mending first and foremost. So let me go do that. When I died before in this episode, I seem to have lost my axe. So we're going to have to make this wood. Netherwood doesn't work for lecterns, which really should get changed before the proper release of Minecraft 1.16. But for right now, we're just going to do it like this. Oak sapling and bone meal to get some... Oh, there we go. Just no particles. Have I not turned my particles back on since making that one thumbnail? Yeah, I haven't. Let's go back to all particles, because that was really confusing for a moment there. I didn't get a single sapling back from that. I guess we'll just have to find a different oak tree at some point. They're not very rare to get, so that's a good thing. We need 2 lecterns, so this amount of slabs, and now I think we should have everything we need to make the... Oh, bookshelves rather than just books. So maybe just maybe netherwood does work. Oh, hello. Bye. Netherwood does work to make lecterns, so that was a bit of a waste. I really think this recipe should be a thing. I mean, maybe... Does it work in the stone cutter? It probably doesn't, right? Yeah, no, it only cuts stone. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, you can actually mix different woods in this recipe. I didn't think you could, but apparently you can. So that's everything I needed. 2 lecterns. Let's place those down. The only issue is, and I think in a recent snapshot update this got fixed, but sometimes... Wait a second. Do I see a... That sticks, not a sapling. Sad. Sometimes when you do this... This villager will pick the lectern over here and the other way around. I think that has been changed to where villagers will only pick workstations they can actually physically reach. So this should... No. Go stand on your bed. Thank you. Go stand on your bed. Now, I know you're on your bed, technically speaking, but a little bit to the right. I need to place a block down. No. A little bit to the right. I've got all day. For longer than a second, please. I guess we're just placing them down right here. And they should change into the new profession somewhat soon, in theory. They're not changing. This is worrying. They should be able to change, because I haven't traded with them yet. But maybe we need to make another baby. Okay, so I did a little bit of Googling, and what is the case here is that I brought them from the Nether into the overworld, which isn't an issue, but if a villager has a profession linked to a workstation, and then you break that workstation while they can't reach it, they can't unlearn that profession. So... maybe that's been fixed, because there was a thing that was set about 1.14 and this is 1.16, so maybe by now that's fixed. I'm going to assume it's not, so let's break these... Wait a second. Break these 2 workstations. And maybe if I place down the workstations again inside the overworld during daytime, of course, they will claim the profession here again. And then if I break it again, they might actually start working the way I want them to work. So now you can reach it. No, that's not how that works. I was afraid it wasn't. So at this point, I think the best thing to do is just let these 2 exist as what they are. I might want them to be what they are sooner or later anyway, right? I'm probably not going to need a... oh, it's a mason. Actually, I wouldn't mind a mason potentially, because that gets me a lot of bricks. I was going to say clay, but it doesn't actually get me any clay. I might as well, right? I might as well. And then we have the... Oh, this might be... A fisherman? Oh my... You're a fisherman! I need a barrel for you! Okay, let me go try that again, because if you're the mason, you definitely want a stone cutter, which means that I can potentially still unmason you. Maybe I can't, so you guys are just going to be a mason and a fisherman. Could you please... I don't want to wait until nighttime for... You're really annoying, you know that? You'll return. Eventually. You'll return. Maybe to the wrong bed, actually. Let's clear out this bed. You seem very confused, my friend. Just go back to your room. I don't want you to die out here, is the thing. If you die, all my work today was for nothing. You want that? No, you don't want that, do you? Just go back in there. Go. It's not that difficult. Just go back in there. Look, if you want to live in one of these other compartments, that's totally fine with me as well. You want to live there? You can live there. No? Okay. First and foremost, you need to die. Then, you. Just walk somewhere. You can choose. You can choose. I don't want to hit you, because that's not really going to accomplish anything. Just go into one of these. Eventually it's going to be nighttime. Eventually it's going to be night. It's midday, of course it is. I don't know why I thought letting the other one out was going to work for me at all. But they're both out now, so that's the thing. Well, at least they both went into the proper bed. I guess we just need to start feeding those dudes with some wheat, which means we're gonna need a farm. So we're not doing any of the villager stuff between episodes off screen yet. We'll be doing that more of that next episode, I suppose. But for right now, I guess that's been it. So thank you for watching. Next time we'll be back starting some of the farming in this direction. That's going to be fun.